Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be an update on my air plants. It's been a really long time since I did a video, and that's mainly because there's not a whole lot to say about them. Some of them are growing pretty steadily. There's a couple that aren't doing super great, but since it's been a while since my last video, I think it'd be good to compare how they've grown. So this is the first one. If I can, I'll do a side-by-side comparison. This one is a NOID Tillandsia. In terms of growth, it hasn't really done too much. I did remove some of the bottom leaves, but I think it's growing, but as it's growing, it's losing the bottom leaves as well. This is Talantia Daiglytensis, and I want to say it's grown about this much. So it has a bit of growth. One thing I noticed is these leaves are a lot shorter than these ones. This one is Talentia Funkiana, and it's had a lot of growth, and it's pushed up quite a few pups as well. These three pups were ones that had fallen off previously, and they're doing great as well. And this one is Talantia Burglar, and out of all of my plants, it's grown the most. You can see it's pretty huge. Yeah, so it seems to be pretty happy, but no blooms from it yet. And this one is Talantia Colemans. It's been pretty much stagnant and not a whole lot of growth, although it is growing a little bit. So this is Talantia Krakata copperpenny, and this was the growth that bloomed. And then this one is the new pup, and you can see the pup has grown quite a bit, so that's good. And this is Talentia Tenuifolia Amethyst. Out of all my air plants, this is the only one that's rebloomed so far since I've moved into my new place. It has good growth. It's pushing out a new pup on the side there. And this is my mom's Tillandsia, or I guess it's my Talantia now. It's the one with the white tubular flowers, and it doesn't look super good, but it's not dying either. And this is one of the pups that had fallen off a while back. The two parts live in separate areas, or they live on separate orchids, but they kind of have the same look in terms of, I guess, how healthy they are. And this is my skull Talantia. I think it's Talantia Ionentha, but it's had pretty good growth overall. Never had a bloom on it though. And this is Talantia Philodendron, and it's doing pretty well. You can see the newest leaves are a bit lighter and I think also thinner, but it might just be because they are relatively new or relatively young. This one is Talantia recurvifolia, variation Subsecundifolia. This also has pretty good growth, but it has yet to bloom for me as well. And this one is Talantia Stricta. Out of all my air plants, it's doing the worst. Honestly, I can't really be bothered to give it special treatment, so if it dies, then it dies. And this one is Talantia tectorum, also growing very well. This one is Talantia straminea, thin leaf. It had a major setback, so basically what happened was this bottom part, there's a chunk that just rotted off for some reason. It's a little disheartening to see that brown, but it is dry, so I think it'll be okay. Otherwise, it's been growing pretty steadily. And last but not least is Talantia Jacunda, and the last time I talked about it, I had an issue with dunking it with my vandas. Since it's living with my other orchids and I spray them all with a hose, I haven't had any problems with it. So it's having pretty slow, but I want to say steady growth. Alrighty, so these are all my air plants in a pile. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll do an update if any of them bloom, but otherwise I'll probably do another update next year. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Not burn, because it gets pretty hot.